welcome to Uncle Don's Saturday night cocktail hour. Tonight we're going to make a really good drink, a very simple drink called the Cuba Libre, which in Spanish means free Cuba. And of course, you know, this drink has its beginnings in the liberation of Cuba at the end of the Spanish-American War, approximately 1900. The roots of this drink are still kind of shrouded in mystery, but interesting. A Bacardi ad executive claims to have been present when he was 14 years old in 1900 at the first pouring of this drink and produced an affidavit actually saying that in 1965. But who knows whether that was really the truth or not. Now, sometimes people will call a Cuba Libre just a rum and Coke, but really, honestly, a rum and Coke is a rum and Coke. This is a little different than a rum and Coke. It's a rum and Coke plus, and plus freshly squeezed lime juice. So, and that's what we're going to make here today, Cuba Libre. Now, what I typically use in our house is this Appleton Estate rum. You can use different kinds of rum. I mean, the International Bartenders Association indicates light rum for this, which I don't drink a lot of light rum. I like some of the darker rums. And again, this is not necessarily a spiced rum like Captain Morgan's or something like that. It's just a dark rum. But I generally make this with either a gold rum or what's called an añejo rum, which is an aged rum, and it'll make an outstanding drink. And again, you know, naval history, rum goes back to 1655 in the Royal Navy of the United Kingdom of Great Britain, when they instituted the rum ration for the first time. It used to be brandy, but then when they took control of Jamaica in about 1655, it became the rum ration that Royal Navy sailors had for years and years, and that was stopped in 1970. So that was the last time they formally had a rum ration. However, the Queen herself can proclaim a term called splicing the mainsail. If she proclaims to splice the mainsail, then that is a Royal Navy term that basically means a special ration of rum is authorized, and that happens every once in a while. The last time was the 100th anniversary of I believe I can't remember, but you know. Regardless, we're going to splice the main brace today, actually, is what the term is. All right, so I'm going to make two slightly different kind of mixtures of this, depending on how much lime you put in it. Now, the first one that I'm going to do is what we typically make around our house right here. And basically what I'll do is I'm going to just take a lime and I'm going to cut it into wedges, and I'm going to take a nice wedge of lime and I'm going to go ahead and just squeeze that into my chilled highball glass. And again, a highball glass is any high glass bigger than a rocks glass or an old-fashioned glass that will hold anywhere from 8 to 12 ounces, and these hold approximately 10 ounces. All right, the next step that I'm going to do when I mix my drinks up like this is I'm going to pour the rum in. And again, usually use anywhere from 2.5 to 3 ounces. So we're going to shoot this at right about 2.5 ounces and pour that guy in there. Looking good, going to be good. And just swirl that around to get the lime juice mixed in with your rum. And then we're going to put a little bit of ice in there just to keep it chilled. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to take some regular old Coca-Cola. I like these little Coca-Cola cans. They're a nice amount and are really good for making drinks. And there you go. There's a typical Cuba Libre as we kind of make here in our house every once in a while. Oh, and that's really good. That's really good. Now, the other way that I'm going to make a Cuba Libre for you all is the way some people kind of think that the Cuba Libre should be made into. And you're going to use about the same amount of rum and Coca-Cola, but in this particular drink, you're going to use the juice of an entire lime. So there's going to be an awful lot of tartness in here. Now, traditionally, rum and Coke, because the Coke is so sweet and because the rum is so sweet, you know, it's basically fermented and distilled molasses or sugarcane syrup, and then it's aged in oak barrels. But it's a fairly high, but 57% proof, 57% alcohol. This happens to be 43% alcohol. But the two of those together are a rather sweet drink. So to kind of nudge that sweetness aside a little bit and create a nice kind of mix between the sweet and the sour, then we're going to use an old recipe where you basically use the entire amount of lemon juice from an entire lemon, and I'm just going to squeeze that right into my glass. And another interesting little bit of history about rum, because it's a Royal Naval drink. The legend has it that when Admiral Nelson of the Royal Navy was killed in the Battle of Trafalgar, that his body was placed in a cask of rum to preserve him until he could get back to the United Kingdom and back to England and be properly buried. Well, that of course is a legend, but it led to a rumor that when they finally got to England, that they went to remove his body, his pickled body from the cask, and all of the rum was gone. And they discovered, apparently, legend has it, that a hole had been bored in the bottom of it, and all the shipmates had been drinking the rum. So you will sometimes hear rum referred to as Nelson's blood. And but that's a pretty gross kind of story, of course. But at the same time, it was probably brandy that he was pickled in before he got back to the United Kingdom. All right, so there we go. There's the juice of an entire lime, and now I'm going to add 3 ounces this time, just a little bit more of rum to our drink. And we'll put that right inside there. That's right at 3 ounces. No, kind of a little bit short there. Great drink. And there we go. And we'll kind of stir that in. Now, what I'll also do as well is some of these lime peels that I've already kind of squeezed up, I'm going to cut a bit of it off. And I'm going to just pop that down there in the bottom of my glass. And then we're going to put some ice in here. Once again. And we're going to top it off with Coca-Cola. Now, again, this is going to be a little stronger because there's a little more rum. There's a little bit more lime in it. But again, this is, again, a little bit more traditional drink that's been enjoyed for a long time. And, oh, yeah, definitely a little more tart, but an outstanding drink nonetheless. All right, so there you go. We've made an outstanding drink that's, about 120 years old, called the Cuba Libre. And I hope you guys will enjoy it as much as I enjoyed making it for you. So we're going to sign off, and on this next Friday, there's going to be a special Halloween spectacular edition of Uncle Don's Friday Night Cocktail Hour. And there'll be apparently a special guest doing that hosting. And I hope you all will enjoy it as much as my guest host is going to enjoy making it. So here we go. You all have a great rest of your weekend. And enjoy your drinks, drink responsibly. And here we go. Cheers.